So we don't call it settings, we call them system preferences on your Mac. So down here you'll notice an icon that says system preferences in your dock. This little red number here means I'm due for an update. So if you're wondering what that is, that's the purpose of that. It's just a little notification. So here's your window, there's your preferences window. Now another way to access this is simply to go up to the Apple icon. For those of you coming from Windows, you might remember there was like a little Windows icon down here. You click that, go to settings. But here you would click on the Apple and then click on System Preferences. And then here you have your preferences window. So if you go into any kind of aspect of your preferences like desktop and screensaver, you just tap on that and here you go and you just do your thing. Click on the back arrow. Or you could, instead of clicking on the back arrow, you could click on this waffle and it'll take you back to the display of all your different parts of your preferences. Now, this is system preferences, but what if you want to access preferences within individual apps? So unlike on an iPhone where everything is all in your settings, whether it's the settings for your system or the settings for individual apps, it's all there in a settings app on your phone. But on the Mac, this app here is for preferences for your system as opposed to being for individual apps. But how do you make adjustments in an app? Let's go to Photos. Now, let's say that I want to change something about my preferences for this particular app. Notice on my menu bar, I now have the word Photos. So that's an indicator that I have Photos app up and running and I'm using that currently. So if I tap on that, I can go to Preferences and then I can control whether I want my photos to be backed up on iCloud. I can, by the way, if you do that and check that, you would have a couple options here: optimizing storage or downloading original resolution images onto your Mac. But anyway, going to General, there are other settings or preferences for your photos. So I'm going to X out of that. So now if I close down this app, let's do that. And when I close it down, I want you to see what happens to this word Photos. Bam. And you'll notice that the word Photos is not there anymore. The word Finder is there. Now, why is Finder there? That's because one of my apps that I have running in the background is Finder, and this is the File Management System app. So, in fact, this is one that I recently used. So if I open that, I could also click on Finder and change some preferences in there too. So I can do that, and then I've got all kinds of selections I can possibly make. So what if in Safari I wanted some adjustments to be made there? Notice it says Safari now in my menu bar. I can tap on that, and my internet connection is really weak here. But anyway, I'm going to select whatever I need. Maybe it's preferences, and I can make some selections there. All kinds of settings for your Safari app. Okay, so I'm going to X out of this. So you always want to look at the menu bar if you're wanting to make some changes to any particular app. So how about we go to Messages? So you'll notice in my menu bar, now that I have Messages up, I have the Messages app name up here in the menu bar. So if I want to make some preference changes, I can tap on that, go to Preferences, and then there you go. So I've got information here that I can customize for my own purposes. I hope that was helpful. If you want to leave comments in the comments section, please go ahead and do that. Thank you very much.